So about 2 weeks ago, no, about a month ago,
Mhm.
I brought you 2 French cabinets, and I bought them hoping that you would be able to restore them. We've been bringing you business for a long time. We have been in partnership, and you've always delivered. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring you these cabinets, hoping that you can get a total of about 40 grand for them. It's a marble top, it's 2 French cabinets put together. This is worth a lot of money. I gave you a job, I gave you about 30 days to complete it, hoping that around a week before I would be able to check in and have it delivered, it would be ready. Now it's the day before, and you still haven't called me to tell me any information, and so I've missed my drop-off date, and now I'm confused about what's going on and where my cabinets are. And you haven't told me anything. Can you explain what happened?
Well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The bad news is we started on them right away. We took the marble tops off, we put them aside, and we were proceeding to strip and refinish the rest of it. And somebody knocked the marble tops over, and they're shattered. Now, I've been trying, I know it's important that you have original marble on these sort of things to get top dollar. So I've been trying to find original old marble that I could have cut down to replace the tops, but I haven't been able to. So that's why I've been waiting. I know it's a mistake. It keeps you in the, the unknown category. I'm sorry for that. Chalk it up to my inexperience in business, but I want to really reach some kind of agreement here on what we could do.
So as you know, I've been leaving you voicemails, and I've let you know that if I can't get the approximate 40 grand that it was worth, that I'm gonna have to take legal
Stop you
action.
there. I can't pay 40 grand. You know I'm a sole business person. I have a kid that works for me part-time. I can't afford 40 grand.
So I've given you something worth a lot of money.
Mhm.
There was an accident, you didn't call me, and so now I'm left with nothing. You know that I paid for those cabinets, right? And whatever I paid doesn't matter, but now I'm in the hole because cabinets don't exist anymore. So,
Well, maybe I could just pay you for what you paid for the cabinets. What did you
but
pay
do
for
you
the
think
cabinets?
that's worth what I gave you if it's marble and that's a value?
Well, that's all the money you're out, is the money that you paid for the cabinets.
Do you think that the lack of phone calls and things like that should be accounted for
That
as
was
well?
me trying to fix the problem. Was hindsight probably a mistake, but I was making an honest attempt because I value our business at trying to fix the problem or offer a solution. So
I definitely understand that you're trying, but trying is not going to produce what I expected from this job. So how can you make this helpful for me so I want to bring business back to you? Because at this point, I don't want to bring business back to you. I don't know who smashed my cabinet, and I'm very disappointed that there's lack of communication. And
Well,
so what am I to do?
the young person that worked for me made the mistake. I'm not going to hold him accountable and blame him. I'm the one accountable for this. The question is, what would make you happy? Because I would like further business from you. But I can't just pay you what you expected to make in profit off these cabinets.
So if every time I bring you an item, and let's say you've messed up this one, and I bring you a vase next week, hoping that this just doesn't happen again, and it does, then I'm out way more money, and you still can't pay for it. So do you not have any liability insurance or payment plans that you can offer? Anything that, I know you're saying you don't have 40 grand. I don't have 40 grand either, obviously now. So how are we gonna come to a conclusion where You still get paid from my business, and I get paid what I feel like I was
What
owed.
did you pay for the cabinets?
About $5,000.
Total for the cabinet? So
Yeah,
you
well, they were on
expected-
they were on auction. This
You
isn't
paid
full price.
$5,000 and you were gonna, how much were you gonna pay me to put them in sellable shape?
About $5,000. So then
you
we're
would have been
about
out 10 grand and you
Right.
hoped to get 40 grand.
exactly
So your profit would have been 30.
30. And so I'm out.
I can't
30
even
grand.
pay you 30.
And so what am I to do with that? Payment plans? Are you able to pay per month, or are we able to come to any sort of conclusion so that we're both
Well, you're a business owner. You know that cash flow is very difficult, especially for a new business like mine. I can't come up with that kind of money. I could offer you a discount on future work.
And how
And
long does that
I'm-
discount run for? Does it run
It
30
probably-
grand's worth of discounts?
Well, yeah, it would be a total of 30 grand, but I'd need to stretch it out over probably a year and a half or
So
2
am
years.
I limited to how many items I can bring to you? Am I only allowed to bring one per week or one per month? Or how is this
Well, I
going to work
can't-
out?
I can't handle that kind of volume you're talking about. So that's why I'm thinking the pieces that you bring me, if I give you like a 30% discount per piece, we could stretch this out over a year and a half or 2 years.
I understand what you're saying. I was hopeful that I wouldn't have to stretch my 30 grand over a year, 2 years, whatever you want. I should have gotten it tomorrow on my auction day.
Maybe.
So, well, let's say I even get half of that. It's 15 grand possibly coming to me tomorrow.
hmm
What am I to do if I need that money, even if I needed 5 grand of it to cover myself
hmm
for an emergency? How do I deal with the unknown that you've given me that I have nothing? Do you have any amount of cash that you can offer me up front? If not, we'll work around that, I guess, because you are seeming to have no other options. But I want to make sure that we can maintain a good business relationship because it makes both of us money. But this has set me back very far, very quickly and
Well-
unexpectedly.
You're out 5 grand.
Right.
It's obvious that you're not gonna pay me 5 grand for fixing them. So that's off the table. Let's say I could pay you 5 grand and the matter is over with no discounts on further work.
So then we both break even on nothing. I get what I started with and you get nothing.
Well, no, I lose 5 grand.
You lose
'Cause
5
I made a
grand.
mistake. My business made a mistake, so I lose 5 grand. You double the money that you put in within 30 days. Very few people double their money in 30 days.
I think that's a good solution. I think I can work with that.
Okay.
But I want to stress
Now, one other thing.
the importance of phone
Can
calls.
I pay you $2,500 this month and then $2,500 the following month?
I think that's a little too far for me. Are you able to do 3,000 and 2,000?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Now, how are we going to talk about these missed calls? Because next time there's missed calls and I have to get this worked up,
Well,
it's
I think
threatening a lawsuit.
that's a
it's
lesson
just too
I've
much.
learned, to keep the customers informed immediately on any change in
Yeah.
the expectations.
It's definitely a little disappointing, but I think we've come to a good conclusion.
Okay,
So, all right, 5 grand. We'll do it in 2 payments.
3 grand this month and then 2 grand next month.
All right.
All right, and no Yelp reviews.
No Yelp reviews. We'll leave the Yelp reviews out.
All right.
But I don't know if we're gonna grab coffee together next time. All right.
How many minutes was that?